Hi everybody, welcome and thank you for joining Bookworm's channel again today. Now, as you know, I can, when I want to, talk about Meghan's fashion, alright? So today we are indeed going to talk a little about Meghan's faux fashion and her more obvious plastic hair. The real hair, 90% of the time oiled down with old motor oil to prevent the frizz, particularly in certain humid areas like we have in South Africa and Australia. Now look, a bun is indeed cool, and to be honest, I have my hair in a bun of sorts 90% of the time when it is longer. But geez Louise, if you step out somewhere, you put a nice decorative clip in it or something. You don't just pull it together, twist it and tuck the ends in. That is fine for being at home, but when you're wearing an expensive outfit and thousands of dollars worth of jewelry, you have to pull the look together. And that means your hands and feet needs to be scrubbed and cleaned and manicured, and your hair must be clean and styled. Oh, well, I guess no one ever taught old Megsy that. So we get what we get, and what we get is really beyond mediocre. But we'll talk about all of that some other day, because really what Megsy wears is of less consequence. But the one item she wore yesterday, however, concerned me deeply, very, very deeply. We saw her wear a t-shirt with a bright red heart and the word Mama on the heart. The t-shirt represents Kelly Zaffin's charity Alliance of Moms. Then Kelly gave birth on the 29th of May, I think, to a baby boy. Kelly also gave birth to that baby boy at the age of 45. So, I mean, congratulations to her. It is truly great, taking into consideration that she lost her other son, etc., etc. But now we saw Meghan in that particular t-shirt in Australia on a guided tour of Scar Tree Walk. And I mean, why? Why? The event had nothing to do with mothers or heart conditions in children. So why wear that particular t-shirt along with that goddamn awful outfit? I mean, a jacket, coat, thingy-madoodah, 3 sizes too big. The darn woman has never in her entire life learned what to do with a bloody collar. I mean, ugh. I am begging designers and retailers not to allow Meghan Markle home with any garment featuring a collar in future. I personally cannot take it anymore. My OCD goes into overdrive. I get heart palpitations. I mean, geez, how difficult can it be? Fold over the darn collar and at the very least pat it down or pull it straight. It does not take rocket science. And then she always leaves those huge coats open and flapping everywhere. Anyway, I really do not give a rat's ass at this point. She can wear a flour sack for all I care, as long as she covers her head and face with it as well. I'm just highly, as I said, highly concerned about that t-shirt being worn for no particular rhyme or reason, except Kelly, 45, baby, mama. I got serious jitters at the thought, and while telling myself I'm crazy, she steps out in that boxy type of dress, showing her stick legs. Now again, don't get me wrong. I would buy such a dress. I would buy that particular dress when it comes down to it. As a matter of fact, I do have something similar, okay? But I buy that kind of stuff because I have big kahunas and a stomach. But I have okay legs, okay? Not stick legs and not thick tree trunks either. So yes, I do wear dresses like that. And when short, I do couple them with tights. So although I do not think it suits Lamarckle with her hyper thin praying mantis legs, I can't say too much about this particular dress because it would make me a huge hypocrite. However, let me get back to the point. I am deeply concerned. Mama T, to celebrate Kelly, who had a baby at 45, in Australia, where they announced Archie's pregnancy, and then a dress with just a hint of a stomach touching the fabric. What is she doing? Is she going to copy Kelly? Well, Kelly was really pregnant, whereas Meghan will be faking it. But is Meghan really going to go through 10 months of faking a pregnancy again, only to produce another ghost baby? Please, God, say it ain't so. Tell me she's only playing these games to get us talking. Please, don't put another child through this drama. Please do not subject another child to the mental illness of Meghan Markle and Harry has no balls. Phew, and on that note, let's look at her involvement in the online fashion industry by becoming a partner and investor in one of. So what she's doing now is she is turning her dream, a dream more common than that of Janet in the Bronx's dream of being a fashion influencer on TikTok. For Janet, it is real ambition, and I do sincerely admire the Janets out there. But for Meghan Markle, who once walked the halls of great castles and rode in gilded carriages, it is indeed a matter of sliding down that smooth ladder all the way to where she came from in order to be that big fish in a small, common, often stinky pond. But let's go look at Meghan's one-off page and compare it with that of other celebrities and models on that platform. Firstly, her page is titled Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Remember, in reality, in actual fact, royals are not supposed to merge their titles. But here, Meghan is doing it openly, and neither Charles, nor William for that matter, is doing anything about it. Okay, I'm just going to scroll through Meghan's page, no commentary, and then we are going to scroll through Kate Hudson's page, and you decide for yourself who is doing it better. In my opinion, at least Kate Hudson is not hanging onto her man in almost every picture, and at least she is not overacting in most of her pictures. Okay, guys, and on that note, I'm going to greet you. Meghan Markle is small fry. This little evil tokolosh, go Google the term, crawling around everywhere with her only purpose in life being to agitate us, is really worth less than a dime of my time. So let's put her aside and focus on what is important. So, that said, I'm going to leave you with a poem about me, I guess, Meghan, and her collars and coats. A duchess's collar, a nation's dread. One point ascends, the other wilts like a flower dead. She has no will, no power left. The coat, like a giant sail in breezes caught, a flapping menace, clearly $4,000 bought. No symmetry, no buttons hold, a story of disorder told. My heart beats fast like a frantic drum, for in every fold, every errant hem, lies chaos and diadems askew, a kingdom disturbed by vile winds of malice. There you go, my dears. I'll see you again soon. Bye.